7:04, is that what everyone has? 7:04?
Sounds good.
Okay, and we have everybody here. Kathy Hensgate is via Zoom tonight, which is great. And we do have Dan or Dawn?
Dawn.
Dawn Foster here with us tonight too. Are they supposed to put his address on here? Right? If
What do you need?
Yeah,
Yes?
just address.
Yeah, can you throw your address on it?
Where I'm in Hubbardston, or my actual mailing address where I live.
Do you want his, where he currently is or in where he's gonna be next week?
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
How about both?
Yeah. And I said,
Alright.
yeah, just throw your current and then that one. Okay. Did everybody get a chance to look at the minutes from last meeting?
Yeah, they were good.
Yes.
Yeah. Any corrections, changes? Oh, Judy's still looking, so we'll let her.
No, I'm okay.
Yeah, the only thing I saw, and I don't know if this was just our mistake on 3F at the very bottom, right before number 4. It says possibly work with Community Health Link. I think we meant Community Health Connections.
Where's that?
So at the top of the second page, right before 4. So this link, oh, that's a behavioral health, community health link is a behavioral health, I think we meant
Okay, so
community
what
health
should it be?
connections.
Connections.
Connections, yeah. Okay. I think that was the only thing I saw, the rest looked really good. Did you have a chance to look at them, Kathy?
Oh, yes. I missed that correction, but everything else looked fine.
All right, so then we need to motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve?
I'll
Yes, thank
second.
you. Liz is second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, nice. Kathy too. All right, number 3 is COVID and Maven flu updates, anything?
I didn't really have anything on COVID, flu, but, there is, interestingly, they were talking about Cyclospora today. And the, in 2019, we had, in Massachusetts, there were like 207 cases. And then it dropped down in 2020, 2021, 2022, down to between 20 and 30 cases a year, which is more norm. But this year we're up to 59. So there's been an increase. So basically, we just need to remind people to wash their vegetables and wash their fruits, because that's where you pick up Cyclospora. So, just to be, we
Is
might
that-
wanna put it on the website, you know, with the increase of Cyclospora
Is
this
that,
year.
that's considered a reportable?
Pardon?
Is that considered reportable to
Yes.
the state? Yes.
What did you say the first figure was?
207 in 2019. I have no idea
207?
why we had such a, yeah, there's just, so I don't know what that was all about, but
It has something to do with the weather conditions, right? If it's real wet,
Just
damp,
before,
and
yeah.
the stuff grows more
Yeah.
readily,
Yeah.
and then, and again, this year, right, we've had
Right.
very damp, wet,
yeah.
maybe it
So
just kinda
it
goes
was-
crazy.
it's probably worth putting out a little notice to, you know, if you're eating fresh strawberries and things like that, you know, right out of the garden, just make sure you give them a good washing before you eat them.
Yeah, if you're out blueberry picking, don't eat too many without
Good
taking
luck
home
with
and washing.
that.
Yeah, take them home first.
That's hard, yeah.
Other than that, they were talking about, Hep A today and reporting requirements for Hep A. Oh, and children now are being vaccinated against Hep A, which I didn't even know about.
Oh, yeah, that's been
Of course,
going
my
on
kids
for a
are so much
while.
older.
Yeah, that's been for quite a while.
Yeah.
Hep B and Hep A, so they've been doing both. I heard kind of anecdotally through, you know, this one who told this one, that the COVID cases are on the rise again. They're very mild, you know,
Right.
nothing severe, but that they have seen an increase in numbers of COVID.
Yeah.
Did you hear that from Kathy?
No, well, through my husband who talks to the doctors at the Community Health
Right.
Connections, that, you know, they've told him that there's been a lot more cases, that they, you know, they're testing for it, they've got a lot more positive results, so. And I mean, you know, again.
It's gonna really jump in September when everybody gets back
Yeah,
to
and I
work
guess,
and everything from,
yeah, and as long as it stays mild, right, and, you know, people,
right now, there's nothing to indicate that it's going to get crazy like it did 2 years ago.
yeah, exactly.
I could eat my words.
I know, well, you never know, right?
Right,
I was going to also let you guys know, I contacted, the lady from MPHN who's doing the vaccine clinic stuff.
Victoria.
Yeah, I was
Victoria.
I was trying to think of her last name.
I don't
and
know her last name.
Yeah, and I'm looking in my emails and it's not pulling up. We've been emailing each other anyway. She was offering us like weekdays for the clinic. And I'm like, well, it's a school, so that's not gonna work. And then she said, well, what about an afternoon? They use that building until probably what, 4 or 5
Six-
for
six,
extended
six,
care
yeah.
and all that stuff. So I had kind of gotten back to her and said, hey, you know, what about a Saturday or an evening? She has not responded to that last
they
email.
they don't do weekends.
That's what I'm thinking. And so
No,
then
Monday through Friday.
I kind of put out to her something like, well, could you provide us the vaccine if we ran our own clinic with our you know, some volunteer staff on a Saturday?
Yeah.
And I still haven't heard back from her, but that was my idea. I mean, I'd much rather do a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And people will
More
come out on
people
a
will come,
Saturday
yeah.
too.
that's what I thought, but I don't know. So then if they won't just provide vaccine to us to let us do what we will with it, then we might be in trouble. I you know, I don't know if we could then do one through CHC maybe, or something like that, but I'd kind of rather stay hooked up with the state, you know,
When were they scheduling weekdays for?
like during the day.
Like October, November, that?
Oh, yeah, yeah, mostly. She had a couple of dates left, a couple in October, a couple in November, but like I said, they were like daytime, and we really can't do that if we're using the school as our EDS. So, I'm working on it though.
Sounds great.
Okay, do we wanna kinda pause here and, go over what Don needs to talk about so we don't keep him here all night? But this one is being so.
Sure.
He's got Minecraft. He'll play all night.
That's fine with me.
My wife might strangle me, but he'll stay all night.
Okay. All right, so, Don, what can we do for you?
So he just has,
Sure,
water
yeah.
test,
I just have
He
water
had a-
tests that I'm looking to.
and it just came, so.
Okay.
Cause one was negative, one was present, the total coliform was present.
How long ago
and
was
then-
that?
So that should be,
Report date 6/12?
yeah, and then he just brought this new report here. That is-
6/12 and 8/7. So it's been almost 2 months between the two tests, and this one says 0, absent.
Both are absent.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
Yeah, E. coli and coliform. The E. coli was always absent. Okay, did you have to do anything,
Well,
in the meantime to treat the well or anything?
Run it. I ran it for a while.
You just ran it?
Yeah,
Didn't have to
my-
put anything down the well or anything like that?
I deal with Mike Sullivan and Bob Cully, who deal with that, and I think that they were told just running it was enough. I think he said somehow sometimes you get the natural organics when you drill a well, and the original one was taken back then. And he said, so you just have to flush it out once you do that. So, to the best of my knowledge, no, but I could be mistaken on that.
Okay,
Okay. Sounds good.
so do we have to do
Sounds
anything?
good that it's, is there anything that needs to be signed off, Nancy?
We just, maybe if you wanna just sign on that, just that it was reviewed by the Board of Health.
It passed.
Is it new construction?
Yes, yes, he's looking to close next week.
Okay,
All right, so
And
we
then
don't
just
have
put the
to,
date
yeah, that would help.
and just your signature.
And I'm sorry, just anything you need like to be recorded or anything like that, or just with what you guys do?
No, just with what, because we'll close out,
You'll close out the
we'll
file.
close the file out.
And
yeah,
then sign off or whatever the building
for
inspector needs.
Board of Health part, and
Yeah.
then Duffy will finish it up. So,
right. And if there's anything that I need to sign, I can
Anybody
come in
wanna see
next
this?
week and sign it on Monday.
okay, perfect, Kathy.
This has been a long process.
What's the address on that again?
142 New Westminster Road.
We already reviewed all this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which is
just
really
the,
just
just
the
the
water
top, the
test.
water test.
Okay.
Nope, no, it's good, she'll trust us. All right,
We're good?
yeah, you
You're
should be
all set.
Awesome, thanks very much. You ready, dude? All right. Thank you all very much, we appreciate
Yeah,
it.
You're
thank
welcome.
you. Have a good night.
Have a good birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
You did say thank you.
Bye.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Alright, moving on, number 4, Title V reports and perk tests.
So this
We got-
is 118 New Westminster.
And it passes.
Yep.
And this is new construction?
New Westminster?
No.
I think it's just the,
Oh.
That doesn't
No.
look like new construction.
No, it's probably a repair.
I think it's just a test.
And they dug it all up?
Is it a perk test?
No, it's
No.
a, Title V.
Oh, okay.
The driveway runs over the
Who
leach field.
did,
I didn't even know you could do that. Put a driveway over the leach field.
Well, it's not recommended.
I suppose, I mean, driving over it's not that big of a deal.
Well, yeah.
Something real heavy.
Because that's piping underneath that.
Yeah, as long as it's nothing too heavy though, right? If it's just like a.
So, you know.
Probably don't want to park on it though, right? Like, you could just drive over quick.
Drive over,
got it.
Well, just getting a pumping truck onto that is not, it's pretty
True.
heavy.
Yeah.
who did the, Title V? I don't have it in front of me.
Tank is due to be pumped at this time based on sludge scale levels. Concrete baffles are replaced, liquid live and corrected and burn. Okay.
It should be in the front.
Inspector information, Lucas Roddy?
Okay,
Roddy and Son.
got it. He's reliable.
Okay. So they passed the system. It did say it needed to be emptied, but it passes. That's, I think what I'm seeing is that it needs to be. Okay.
This one is 17 Natty Brook.
That's a conditional.
So that's gonna be a repair.
So we don't do anything with this until it's been repaired and then
Well, we,
passes again?
we'll get more information.
Yeah, we don't like,
It's just for you to know that we got that in
okay.
at this point.
Correct. You can just, put the date on that, Board of Health,
Reviewed it.
reviewed and is awaiting repair information.
Just initial that, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have to, sign off on that first one, right? We don't, the one that just passed?
No.
No, you just look at it and,
Well,
You can
do
just
wanna
review, say, you want to state the date and that it was reviewed by the board and sign it. We need a record
Is that
that we did
118?
review it in our meeting
Yeah.
and when.
okay. So when it comes back, then those are the only
It's
two?
part of, it's part of the checks and balances system of following through on this sort of thing.
Otherwise, down the road, we wouldn't, if you don't sign it or write a note on it, then we wouldn't know if it came to the board.
Okay.
Why did this condition pass? I missed that.
You're right, Lori, this is a weird one.
Yeah, because the driveway goes over it, yeah.
Hmm.
It also says earlier that it's underneath the basement, like they couldn't visually inspect some of it.
The septic system is under the basement.
It said sewer system, so I wonder if it's just piping that's
Oh.
under,
Oh,
you
it's
know?
just piping,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because
but it's
maybe there's no basement, maybe it's a slab or something,
Oh.
And part of it's under
It's
the-
funny to think.
right?
Right.
it's just piping coming out from the house. But it's a two-tank system too. It says reviewed multiple previous Title V reports on file. My goodness, how many times has this house been sold?
Well, the drawn map there is from 2016. That's old.
Interesting case.
Passes, right?
Yeah, it passes, so it's counts.
All right. And she's still looking at the conditional one. So I don't know specifically what is needed for repairs. All right, so moving on to number 5. Is this 2 separate water tests?
There's 4 of them. They're just the ones for, Common Pond.
Oh, okay. So they did 4 tests?
Yeah, they do multiple tests, multiple days.
Okay.
And Comet isn't listed on any of them, I don't believe.
No,
If
probably
Comet
not.
Pond is not,
Top, but
if Comet Pond is not listed on the water test, that means, the test was clear. So,
Okay.
you know, nothing to report.
Okay, so
So that's a good sign again. Under the E. coli, numbers. It's what you're checking for primarily.
Hopkinton is consistently on this list. I used to go there as a kid, that's why.
Oh, that's why you noticed it?
Hopkinton State Park, you used to ride our bikes there from Westboro to Hopkinton and go swimming. But I don't swim there anymore. All right, so that's good.
There's been, even though we're getting a lot of rain, the humidity and lack of wind has caused a lot of stagnation, which causes these numbers to rise in these various places this year.
That is
This is
the,
Cushman.
that is the variance approval letter, finally.
Oh, so
To
saying
have
they
him
could do
test-
it every
right.
other instead of
Yes,
every week.
yeah. So that's the email I got from him.
Okay, and is this the one, do we have to post this in the Board of Health office or something, or no?
Don't think
the
so.
variance?
We don't have
No,
to
it's-
post this.
It's just for our information, I believe, right,
Right.
Kathy?
It's correspondence that would stay in the water report files.
Okay.
And if anybody questioned it, we have the information.
Okay. But I don't,
Correct.
oh, she's jumping around, changing colors.
I know.
Wow, looks like a little
It's
dance.
multicolored there.
Looks like you're doing a
That's
dance.
It's, there I am.
One of those jib jab.
Yes, didn't it? So we don't need to like sign or do anything with this?
No.
All right, good.
Well, actually, she probably should sign it, right, Kathy? Just so that it shows that we reviewed it.
Yes,
Okay,
actually, that's a good idea. Just sign it, reviewed at board meeting tonight in your initials.
And-
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. That way it's always acknowledged that whoever down the line, 5 years from now, looks at it, knows that it was reviewed.
Did I just put my initials? I have to
Yeah.
actually sign it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you wanna see this, Judy?
No.
Okay, yeah, she doesn't care. She's like, no. 40 Hill.
Just trust it.
No, this is
Oh.
the water test,
Wastewater
for Cushman Pond.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that was the variance for Cushman, and this is their actual latest test.
Oh, you know what, you guys don't have the correct, I added some things in and I messed up, not giving you the, you don't have one in red? No, so I have some that I've added in since I did the agenda. And I added them in red, so I'm
Did
sorry.
it get
I-
posted?
That's okay.
Hmm?
Did it get
It can't because it goes just, goes under, unexpected subjects.
Gotcha.
Alright.
What's the number on the latest water test?
The E. coli for Cushman is 30, with a limit of 235, that's fine. They're all good. Alright. Do I have to write on this one too?
Yes.
We need a
You need
stamp.
a- I was just gonna
Why
say
don't we
that.
just have a
You need
stamp?
stamp.
Sign your life away.
That's what it is to be big cheese.
Goat cheese. I love goat cheese.
I do too. So do you have 40 Hillville? Please tell me you do.
40 Healdville,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was, a water test that I received on July 26th, with total coliform present.
Oh,
So,
Okay. And this is a new well?
yes, so he knows that he has to get a new test before.
good.
Yeah.
Tell 'em-
Okay.
tell 'em
Is
to
there a time
run it,
limit?
keep
Is there
running it.
a time, like,
To
do they
run
have to
it
wait a
or
week,
put,
2 weeks, or not at all?
to dump chlorine down the well.
I don't
There
know.
is
He'll
no
talk to his
specific
well
time
guy
limit.
and do whatever
Yeah, they
he
usually
does.
tell them to dump chlorine down
Yeah.
the well,
Okay.
then run it
So they
for
can
a while.
retest
Mhm.
anytime.
Pardon?
They can retest at any point.
Yeah, the thing is to dump chlorine down the well, give it a day or two rest with it, and then run it for a while to clear the chlorine.
Like a bottle of bleach or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Dump it down, then run it.
and then run it, and then
As
run it.
long as the water is not rich in iron, because that'll ruin, the Clorox reacts with the iron.
Everything.
So they
in
need to
Hubbardston.
be aware
Everyone
of
in
that.
Hubbardston has iron.
Yeah.
Unless you're sitting on an aquifer, there's a couple aquifers in town. What is the iron content on did they run a test on the iron content?
Iron, yeah. 0.49, and the EPA limited is 0.3.
So he may wanna consider also talking about putting a filtration, otherwise you're gonna
Yeah.
end up with brown
Everybody in
clothes.
Hubbardston has a filter. And the manganese, which is always high in Hubbardston too, is 0.13, and it should be 0.05.
Yeah, so
So
he might
both of
wanna
those-
consider putting a filter on that system as well.
Yeah. Both of those are always super high in this
Yeah.
town.
Is this a test at the tap or from the well?
Yeah,
It's
so, Nancy, would you let him know that it would be wise for him to,
wellhead,
uh,
the wellhead.
run, get a softener system that removes the iron and removes the manganese so that he has good drinking water?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, and doesn't trash his appliances.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dishwasher, washing machine.
Yeah.
And the board that, and the board
And
of health is,
he could install the softener system and then run the water test after that.
yeah,
And that would be a better, safer way to do it and not, because it could just be the test and could come through negative the next time before throwing Clorox in with iron.
and,
Might already have
we
a
do
system.
that all the time, we make recommendations.
Yeah, I don't know though, that was at the wellhead. I know when
On the
they did our
wellhead.
neighborhood in Blueberry Farms,
Another
they,
letter for you to
Gagne
create.
Pump just went through and he put a filter system on every single house as they were building.
Yeah.
Because they were going along, putting in all the houses,
Mhm.
the builder, they just had Gagne Pump go in and just do it.
Yep.
Cause it was so
It's-
high in
it's
iron and
worth it.
manganese and,
My house is too.
yep.
It's not fun.
My house is 0.
I must be one of the only ones.
Sorry.
And our well is so deep, it's like 300 feet deep.
Wow.
They had the hydrofrac, yeah.
Well, we just
nasty.
went through that too.
Well, that's because I'm sitting on an
Okay,
aquifer.
so.
So 142 we just did, was with, for Dawn.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, yeah, Westminster. And that passed, second test.
All right.
Okay, wastewater test, none?
No.
Okay. And then permits?
So this is an installer permit, for RJ McDonald. They are planning to, he's hoping everything goes well because he wants to start tomorrow.
Okay.
It's through RJ McDonald.
RJ McDonald,
And they had, Kathy already kind of, I talked to her about it. Yeah,
all
they
right.
had a permit in 20.
But it wouldn't hurt for the rest of you to sign off on it tonight as well.
Correct, that's
All
why I
right,
brought
and
it.
you got their check and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Where's you from?
Hmm?
Where's you?
RJ McDonald.
I know, but where?
Barry.
In Barry, yeah.
I thought the name was familiar.
Yeah, it is familiar.
Yeah.
RJ McDonald, yeah.
That is Sawyer's Farm temporary food permit.
Okay. Yeah, they've been selling like blueberry bread and.
Right, yeah. And she
Cooked items.
has her
Baked things.
permit through Royalston, I believe. So I just gathered all the information here.
Oh. Oh, you mean her, like,
Her,
her license?
yeah, through, because she makes them in her town and just sells them at the farm.
Oh, she doesn't live at the farm.
No.
Okay.
That was my misunderstanding last year, Nancy,
Okay.
was that they lived in Hubbardston, and I didn't understand until the paperwork came in that they actually lived elsewhere.
Right,
And so that was why a formal request for everything was asked for last year.
mm-hmm,
I had told them the summer before that last year they would have to have a permit in town to do the baking and stuff, that it was fine. But what I didn't realize when we sent the information out in 2022, I didn't know they didn't live in Hubbardston, but they lived in, I believe it's Royalston.
Royalston, correct.
And she has her kitchen license and everything there, which is just fine.
Right,
Which means that all she needs here is the temporary food permit for the summer.
correct.
So we don't
So
need,
that's where we're at, and I had a discussion with her, and explained that to her. So hopefully everybody's happy now.
so we don't need a serve safe certificate for her then?
It's being held,
in
It's
Royalston.
Royalston.
in Royalston.
So she just
If they
provided
have-
her,
Okay, so she
Permit
doesn't
from
need to give us a
Royalston.
copy, cause supposedly they
it's-
No,
have.
it's
they
okay,
have
as
one.
long as she's, approved in the other town, she's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Five Navajo, is that a empty lot? Zillow has a Navajo Way lot for sale.
is it 15?
I don't believe it has it on their side.
Yeah, it might not.
Between 6 and 7. But there's another, I just wanted to give you a heads up.
Okay.
There's another lot that's up in Navajo that's up for sale.
Well, so on Navajo,
This one's 5 Navajo, isn't it?
yeah, it's just that we have to check that out because of all the problems they're having.
With the small size of the
With the
lot,
small
not
size
enough
of
room
the
for the
lot.
septic
Right.
systems and all that.
And
Mhm.
don't wanna really have to go through all that again.
Why would the town have approved that, knowing they needed room for septic systems?
I thought there was a hold
There is a hold on
no,
Navajo.
on building out there, period.
We,
Way back
nobody,
when, we put, that
but nobody knew that,
So there was a
Well-
hold, but it wasn't enforced.
I guess so.
well, no, it just got lost in the
It got-
paperwork, 'cause it
yeah.
was a long time ago.
Yep.
But,
So
but I know
then
the Board of
someone
Health
approved
became
it.
aware of that, that, there was going to be a hold on building out there because of the small lots. But, like I said, it was a long time ago, so it's easily lost, that
Mhm.
information could be
Yeah.
easily lost.
I can't believe they all have like 100 feet from the septic for the well and all, you know, I'm surprised they have enough land to even have that.
Right.
Alright,
So-
Samuel Harvey. Tomorrow. Of course. They're lucky we met tonight, aren't they?
So, well, he got it in so that we could do that today.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, so this is,
So that is
What
an
about-
installer permit.
okay, so it's just not on here, so this is a
Right,
new one.
this is one that's in red on my sheet only. I meant to make copies of this one, so I'm sorry.
Add that one, he's an installer. Samuel Harvey, is that part of the Harvey dump?
I don't
Harvey
know.
trash pickup
I
people?
don't know.
Harvey? Where are they
I am
from?
not sure.
Westminster? Probably not. Harvey's are from Westboro.
Well, the company is in Westboro.
Yeah, the original, they just owned the town dump way back. I grew up in Westboro.
Oh,
They were
okay.
they were our dump, and then it was dump and recycling, and then they started the Harvey going around and picking everyone else's
Mhm.
trash up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was, they were nothing back in the day.
Six more.
All right, so we're gonna approve this installer. It looks like Town of Sterling Board of
Oh,
Health.
Mohawk, not Navajo.
Right,
Why do we have a copy of Town of Sterling's Board of Health installer permit?
Because he needed proof of 2 other places that he had done work in order to get, because he hasn't had a permit here.
Okay, so
So
he
that's
gave us
just-
Sterling and Westminster
Correct. As
to show
to-
that they've approved him as an
Correct.
installer.
Correct.
Okay. And if he had never installed in other towns around here, then
What
what?
happens? You can't do it?
She's gone.
Wait, sorry, I'm back. We would ask him for his, state license,
Oh,
copy of
okay.
his state license.
All right, but we don't need it because he he provided the other ones. Okay. And we don't need to vote on this or anything, right? We just sign off on it.
And we approve it.
You just approve it.
By signing, we are approving it.
Okay.
And
If
as
we
long
do
as
not
he
sign
has all
it,
the
we are not
paperwork, then
approving
it's
it.
fine. And I always attach where we got paid, so that's the our recent part of the receipt.
Okay.
has a septic.
Oh, we do.
Ron, thanks for that, sorry, Judy.
It is so funny. Her head's
I
bobbing.
know, it comes
Like
and goes.
Like a little bobblehead.
Yeah.
A bobblehead.
It's a,
Oh well.
I think we actually already.
Oh. Is she talking and we just can't hear her?
no, I'm not talking.
Oh no.
Craziest connection, but it's okay.
All right.
But we can
I can hear you,
Yep.
and you can hear me, and that's all that's necessary.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Now what? Moving on.
I'm not sure. So I added it in, but, oh, that was part of that. That's why I'm confused. This goes here. Okay. This is what I'm looking for. I was gonna say. So Phil reviewed these septic plans. This one was added on 27 Mayo. So these are the septic plans to be reviewed. And Mark Elbag did pay for this, but he wrote a check for more than what it should have been. It should be $450, so I'm waiting for a new check for him to, and RJ McDonald is gonna do
Maybe
that.
that's just a tip for us.
It's a donation.
Well, could be.
All right. So RJ McDonald is doing the install.
And that's the same gentleman that you just approved the install license for. So he's the one that,
Oh, so his is
Yes.
the one with the well? No.
no,
Oh, RJ McDonald, he's the
Yes.
installer,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes. I
Yes.
thought you meant 27 Mayo, why does that sound familiar? Like if we had,
Yes, that one's been around too.
I'm thinking we just dealt with this recently or something, right?
Oh, it could have been the perk test. You would have looked at the perk
Okay,
test.
maybe.
Does this one have multiple perk reviews as well?
I don't know.
Dollar. So it says Garrett McDonald, but that's not, oh, it's RJ McDonald, but
Yes.
Garrett works for, okay, yep,
Yes,
yep, yep,
yep.
yep. Gotcha. Okay. Is that just a copy of
So it's the actual plans up here.
it? Okay.
Is there more than one copy of the engineering review plans?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep,
Lori, would you sign at least 2 copies
okay.
after you take a look at them?
This isn't one of the ones that they had to like redo or, like a. I don't know, for some reason I was thinking it was.
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, we've seen this before, haven't we? The
Sounds
abandoning,
really familiar,
the
right?
septic, and
So they're
the
just-
moving the shed, this is all very familiar.
Yeah.
Well, gee, if we let the driveway go across, why are we moving the shed?
Right, yeah.
It's right on the edge of the system, it's not even over it.
Yeah, you wouldn't even think a shed would be a problem.
Yeah, unlike the driveway.
It's not as heavy as a car driving over it, so why is a shed a problem? Shouldn't be. Alright,
What's this little guy right here?
existing well. DHB, that's is it a box?
This is the D box?
Right,
Oh,
D-box, If the shed is already there, and they don't want to move the shed, therefore the system would be designed in, on the existing lot in a different area.
System should to be relocated.
Well, it's a pretty fancy system. And it does have some distance from the shed, so a lot of fill.
That's good.
Yeah. A lot of fill, a lot of pea
Yeah,
stone.
I know, cause there's 3 of those. I see what you're saying, Liz. There's like 1, 2, 3.
There's A, B, and C.
Yeah, but the D box is here, so that's not what we're looking at, right?
Is there a legend somewhere?
This D box is
Does it
this.
The
show?
D-box is there,
I
yeah.
wonder if it's not
Anything?
like even part of the system, it's like something else maybe?
Yeah, it's like gray.
What?
I have no
What are you
idea.
looking at?
The little, they
That.
look like flags, they're
Yeah,
triangles.
right there, Judy, yeah.
Oh, it's,
Well. System.
it's a repair subsurface sewage.
Oh,
system.
you know what the gray stuff is? Is that part of the old system?
Is it? Is that why it's all, oh, that's what those, yeah, that's
Right?
what those arrows are, right?
Yeah. So maybe that's just old stuff they're gonna leave there, that's not a
Deep
deferring.
holes. That's a deep hole. Deep hole B.
So there's A, B, and C,
C,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Alright, and Phil
Deep
says
hole.
it's approved.
I
Right
trust
here.
him.
He knows way more than we do. Yeah, so here's deep hole B, deep hole A over here, and it tells you,
Oh,
deep observation hole number,
oh, I see.
68 inches.
That would have been done for the perk test. You do
Right.
2 holes.
It
Well,
looks like
actually,
did-
they've done 3.
They did 3.
And they did 3, fine.
Yep.
No worries. They chose, they decided that it was, more likely that it needed a different spot.
Okay. Alright. So should I sign off where, kinda near where Phil did?
Yes, usually there's
Yes.
like a corner.
Over here?
Dated and reviewed slash approved by the Board of Health tonight, and then sign off on it. At least 2 of the copies. Wouldn't hurt to sign, if you have more than 2, wouldn't hurt to sign all of them. Takes time. That's what I do. It's so much fun, right?
No. When you coming back?
Why are you so unstable here?
I don't know.
She's just unstable.
It's
We don't
fine.
know- We don't know
Those
why.
green lines look like Benjamin Franklin or something.
I know, right? It's weird.
I mean, this is a
So
new computer,
colorful.
so we shouldn't be running like
Really
that.
colorful.
With updated Zoom meeting and everything.
And when I loaded it, it updated the Zoom on my computer as well.
Maybe this is just a new feature then.
Okay. Are we up to old business now?
Yes,
Okay.
because there was nothing for sheds, pools, garages.
Okay, so the old business, the nursing position.
I just sent this email out to Danielle per the request.
Board of Health is very interested in your application and inquiry. The board is working on getting final approval to hire and may not be final until September or after. I hope your summer is going well. Contacting you when final approval is made. Regards. Okay. And she didn't respond that we know of.
She did, she just said thank you.
Oh, okay, great.
Acknowledged that email.
Okay. So she's still interested as far as we know.
Yes, and she was glad to hear.
And nothing new on the financing for that from the town, Nate, anybody? No?
No, we voted last meeting to hold off till August 22nd to bring this up in better discussion then.
Okay.
Thank you for sending her the letter, Nancy.
Sure, was it, I just sent her a reply to her email, her original email.
Sure, that's fine, that's fine.
5 Navajo, that's just, I brought this file in case anybody had questions, but it's just still on hold. It's on hold until-
Okay.
for further review. Does
Okay.
anybody wanna look at it?
So
No.
nothing new came up
Nothing, no.
since 2
No.
weeks ago?
No.
Okay.
This is just a letter from, to Pamela Masters, stating that Kathy will be the rep for
You
voting.
volunteered for that?
She did.
All right.
Voting,
Oh, I have.
Shall I send you a
I have-
bottle of
voting,
aspirin?
voting for what? What are they voting
I
for?
have
I am not.
volunteered for that in the past, it's okay.
Are you, the,
I'm the emergency contact, it's okay.
So the PHEP, they vote on stuff and we have to,
I don't know, I get their notes every month,
yeah,
and I read through them, but they're pretty boring.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't usually pay much
And
attention
I
to
know
them.
Barry Lean goes and gives a report on MRC, but that's beyond all my, I don't know what they do.
So Kathy, does that mean you have to attend all these meetings?
No,
Okay,
but I am the contact, if they have an issue, come before them, they can reach out to me.
okay.
I'm the town contact. That's what that means.
Okay. There's too many
They actually want
What
you
is
to
PHEP?
different
attend
groups with
There, no, I can't keep them all straight.
PHEP, what does that stand for?
PHEP, Public Health Emergency Preparedness. They're basically a funnel from some of the grants that come down from the government.
Okay, like
And
state,
they're more
like
tied in
state
with they're more
grants?
tied in with hospitals and clinics and things like that than they are tied in with,
So they're statewide or national?
they're required, every region is required to have a FEP committee in the
Okay.
state of Massachusetts. I don't know how it's run in the other states.
Okay.
But they basically funnel the funding and for, you know, support for hospital clinics for emergency preparedness.
Okay.
They're, right now, they're reasonable to work with.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard the name, Pamela Masters.
Like I said, I get the minutes every, do you get the minutes? Do you want me to forward the minutes?
I think I do get stuff from them all the time.
Judy, forward the minutes to me, because
Okay.
I'm not getting them.
Okay,
And I just agreed to be the contact if they have something that they need to address with Hubbardston. That's what that was all about, in my opinion.
Okay. They would need someone to vote at meetings, I don't know, whatever. All right, we,
I saw
moving
the
on to
flyer.
complaints, or is there any unexpected subjects? Nope. Nope. Complaints, 248 Gardner Road, still open. They did clean up a bit, but there's still at least one RV there that looks like people are living in, but what are you gonna do?
there's another one on Gardner Road that it looks like they're just a little ways down from them.
And on the other side?
Uh-huh, they seem to be working to get their place cleaned up too.
With the one where they're repairing that shed for the last year and a half, right?
No, they've got an RV on the,
Yes.
and the house is yellow,
Yeah.
yeah, with white trim. Yeah, they seem to be,
The shed actually belongs to the next house.
Oh, it does?
The shed is not part of yeah.
Oh,
And for whatever reasons, they stopped finishing it.
That's where the Nonsuch Apples used to be, right? There used to be like a sign, Nonsuch Apples.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have the RV. I think they're working on the property, right?
okay.
Probably needs some upgrades.
91 Hale, which one was that? Is that the one that's in the court?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and that's probably gonna take forever, right? 50 Dogwood, did we ever hear from the animal control?
I sent an email on the 27th, this is the email, to Cheryl Ann Alana, I have not heard back.
Okay, so our belief is that they're gonna go over there?
She was supposed to just give me an update, and I haven't heard back yet.
Why don't you send her a note?
Oh, was that 50 Dogwood? That's,
Yeah, it's the horse.
oh, yes, the horse, yes.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, for
Oh.
for the horse's sake,
Would
You
you
should
send her a
prompt her.
reminder, Nancy?
I
will, yep.
Somebody,
she needs a prompt.
Send another reminder, please.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who knows them just told me that they think they're moving the horse, or either getting rid of it or moving it to a different location. So
Okay.
they may have already moved it, and the animal control's gonna go there, and there's not gonna be any horse there at all. But I don't know.
But that doesn't mean that they are.
I know, I was just told that, yeah, that, yeah.
But
And
there's still
depending on the
cleanup.
day, it does smell bad. Okay, okay. So that was the letter that went to animal control. To me, let's see. 124 Barry Road
And
update.
that was just an email.
Oh, that was the kennel, the dog
Yes, and
kennels?
I'm still looking for a reply from her on that, but she was on vacation, Alana from Animal
Oh,
Control. That one I
okay.
sent to both Cheryl and Alana, this one I just sent to Alana because she was the one that was working on it.
Okay,
But I have not received anything back
okay,
on either one of them, actually.
all right. Did you wanna see the dog kennel letter that went out? All right, so we're still kind of on hold, that one's
Yes.
open.
summer's tough, people are busy.
Yeah, I know. 18 Cross Road.
Did Kathy do the report?
Kathy, did you finish that report on 18 Cross Road for the cars, debris, whatever?
Oh, I'm sorry, Nancy, I didn't bring it in. I apologize.
That's okay.
I'll bring it in Monday.
Okay, so we're assuming that that's just gonna be closed then at that point?
Yes,
So we
yes,
can take
yes.
it off of next?
So I can close it out?
Yes, as soon as I bring in the report next Monday.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, it should be closed.
And 7 Ragged Hill,
That's the one with the trash in the yard.
yeah, so
That's
we're
the
sending a letter?
Yes.
Which will go nowhere. Been there, done that.
So we'll start with a letter, see if he gives us a response. I'll try and stop by in a week or so, see if I can catch him there and have a little chat. Or maybe I'll catch him at the senior center when he's there. And, hopefully we can get some kind of positive movement on that place.
Okay. So that's still open then also?
Yes.
Yes.
That letter's just gone out.
Okay, and the last one looks like something new. 46 Simmon Hill, rooster crowing.
Yes, and
Okay, so that is actually technically an Ag Commission issue.
Okay.
So I'm also on the Ag Commission, so I addressed it. I did the visit yesterday. I spoke with the person this morning. Bottom line is, there are 4 roosters in 4 different homes, because they all have chickens on that road, and that's why she hears so much crowing. There's plenty of woods and everything around. However, if you have 4 adjacent houses up the street, there's going to be, a lot of crowing. So next week, when the town clerk comes back, I will give her a letter from the Ag Commission, just to send to everyone in that section, stating that there's been, concern about so much noise, and if they are truly not interested in keeping the rooster, that they, one source of getting rid of a rooster is to take it to the Northampton livestock auction and maybe get their money out of it. Just giving them a suggestion. I explained to the person who made the complaint that Hubbardston is a right to farm town, and it's that I was sorry that there are 4 roosters in adjacent properties up the street, but they all have a right to have the rooster. It's not like one person has 4 or 5 roosters causing the whole problem. So she understood, and she understood that I'm sending the letter to all the occupants in that area. And she was okay with that.
Well,
So I,
tell her welcome to Hubbardston.
Oh, the crowing at
it's
four, I
okay.
know, one of our
She,
neighbors
I
just
understand her
started crowing at
concern.
4
I mean,
a.m.
she went from having
Horrible.
no roosters nearby to this year everybody's got a rooster.
Yeah.
When they got their chicks, one of them happened to be a rooster, even though most people don't ask for roosters. They, you want the hens for the eggs. So it just happened that way this year. I had the same problem myself.
There was somebody
I
on the
paid an
City
extra-
People group, I don't know if you follow that, they were trying to get rid of 4 roosters.
Yes,
Did
I
you-
did see that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Maybe it's
oh,
her.
Man, don't sell them to my neighbors, please.
Get rid of her neighbors'
Yeah.
Like, oh, man. No, thank you.
Oh, that's too bad, I feel bad for her.
So I just, because we had a complaint, we'll send letters out to let the neighbors know and give them an option if they're not truly interested in keeping their rooster.
You'd think the owner of the rooster would be annoyed at 4 a.m.
Oh,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's like the neighbor we had, we went over there and just said, hey, anything you can do about the rooster at 4 a.m.? And, oh, what? We don't hear anything. I'm like, oh, come on. You must hear that. If we hear it, you're hearing it.
It's like the train coming through at 12:30 in the morning. It's like, you just learn to
Yeah,
live with it.
after a while you don't hear. After
It's
a while,
like-
you don't hear it.
No,
Yeah, but it's like every minute, every 2 minutes. It wasn't like it crowed once and stopped. It kept crowing.
well,
You
4
know what I'm
a.m.
saying?
is starting to get light. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they
they
know,
go
I
in the
know.
morning.
and what
So I
about your
said to
cats
him-
that are pouncing all over you that want to go outside at 4 a.m.
Well,
in the morning?
you know Geordie Lane and Dogwood
Yeah.
Hill. That's not farming. I mean, we have, yes, almost 2 acres each, but they're houses. I mean,
Yeah,
and we're
yeah.
pretty
You're
close.
a
You can
neighborhood,
see
not a-
4 or 5 houses around
Yeah.
you. And when one of those houses has roosters, everybody's hearing them. It's too close together, in my opinion, because we don't have farms in that neighborhood. It's not farmland, you know? But I get it. They
But
have every
we
right to
are
have
a
it.
rural,
I
we
know.
are a rural zoned town,
Yeah.
and they are allowed to have
Poor-
chickens.
The poor neighbor on the other side, she was like, I'm gonna get a lawyer. I'm like, good luck. Because she's like, I have such sleep problems. I have insomnia. I have this, I have that. And this thing is waking me up at 4 a.m. She was like horrified and she looked horrible, like she hadn't slept in a week. And I went, I said, I am so sorry. So we just went over to talk to them. And the guy, he killed it.
Oh,
He went out and killed it.
I would have had nightmares after.
We didn't tell him to do that. You know what our suggestion was? We were saying, can you put him inside the garage with like something
No.
over the windows to keep it
No.
dark, so that it won't.
No,
What? It'll crow
they'll still crow.
even if
They
it's
know
dark.
when it's morning. Yeah, they know when it's morning.
How would they know if it was dark? That was
Because
our
it's just like
suggestion.
when you have a dog and
Well,
they
it
know
was-
it's at 5 o'clock is when they
Time
get
to eat,
fed.
yeah.
Or to
Whether
go
it's-
out.
I
when
know.
to go
I
out.
figured it was worth a try, but
Yeah.
he just, he's
It's like my cat that comes bouncing on top of
Absolutely,
me.
they have
But
an
at 30
internal alarm clock.
Well, they
Yeah.
were way over their head. They thought they moved from somewhere close to Boston, and they were way over their head. They had these big, huge pigs. They had ducks and roosters and chickens and all this stuff, and they had no idea what they were doing. And so it was just, it got to be a big mess. And finally, they had to
Poor
call a big
animals.
truck to back up and push the pigs onto it. The pigs were huge. They got so big, and like they didn't know what to do with them. I think they just thought, oh yay, we're in the country, we're gonna have a farm, and then all this stuff happened.
This was
so-
right in your neighborhood?
right across the street from me. Yep. So they,
How long
and
ago
then,
did that happen? When was that?
5-6 years ago, because then they abandoned the house.
Oh.
Oh,
And then it
goodness.
froze, all the pipes froze over the winter, and then the couple that own it now bought it and had to fix everything. I mean,
Wow.
the toilets exploded, yeah, they just walked away.
Oh my
They just walked away from the house.
Wow.
They were way over their heads.
Oh.
and-
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
but yeah, he
That's a lot
Sorry to
going on
hear
there.
he killed a rooster, so we were
Oh,
like,
wow, we went
well,
down
we're really
quite a few
sorry,
roads
but
with that story.
we're really sorry about that, but yay. All right, we got some turnovers, right? At W4 to be
All right,
signed.
so warrant 4 is, for Phil, this is just all his backup and I've checked everything.
Okay.
So it's $2,400 for Phil. The only thing is that I did get today, Judy, something, so I don't know if we should add it to this warrant before you sign it. Something from, Mass Association of Health Boards, $150, is
Oh,
that?
yeah, well, you have to buy it. You have
We
to
pay for this?
pay for that every year.
So I can add that in,
It's like a membership or something?
it's a
Yeah.
membership for
And
the
what do they
year,
do for
correct?
us for $150 a year?
Another acronym.
Well, they,
Is that for MAHB?
yeah,
Judy, is that MAHB?
yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yes, we definitely want to be a part of that. I make a motion that we approve paying for that fee and add it to the turnover with Bill Ledger's.
Alright, don't
So
sign this,
that,
it's not gonna be added.
we
So-
can add it in, so I'll just change the total. So that
Okay.
can be signed, I'll just do it that way, Kathy, so that this can get signed tonight.
Correct.
Okay, so
Just
we-
write it in.
Yeah, I'll just write it in.
Lori, write it in right now, so that when we sign it,
So it's just what MA.
approval.
So up
there.
here.
Yep, right underneath Phil.
Yes, belonging to MAHB is very
Billing
important.
date,
So the billing date, I just got it today.
so 8/8.
They offer training, so, and then they have the manuals, I got the manuals from
Put
them.
80, 'cause I just
So
got it
they
today.
also offer some legal
Okay,
support.
Yeah,
invoice
it's
number.
number
And the
7.
regulations, they stay on
invoice
top of the
number.
regulations.
Is that for the year? The
Yeah.
150? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
They're the ones that put out yearly reviews of things that have come up across the state.
Oh,
Just put
maybe you
It gives
can
us
fill that in.
information.
Just put membership
Yeah.
dues,
It's
Under,
Well
under
worth the
invoice
money.
number.
Yeah.
You'd be foolish not to.
And I'll fill in this, cause I have to look at what the, account is that we'll pay it out of.
okay, and that's
it's
150.
Yes.
Alright, and
So I make a motion that we approve the combined turnover. Do we have a second?
I second,
And we're all in favor?
of course.
I am. Okay. And Lori, you're signing off on it.
everyone has to sign,
Yep.
right? And then it says department head, so I'll leave that empty for you, Kathy? Yes?
No,
Yes.
that, it's fine, I can pass it through, as long as there's signatures on it,
Okay.
Correct.
cause
It can
that'll
go
go
through.
in next,
Should
next
I write on
Monday.
this thing, reviewed and approved?
Yep. That would be great. You're really getting this.
I don't wanna get it. Can we just like take turns doing this?
You're doing a really
You're
good job.
next.
She is. Thank you, Judy.
You're welcome.
Okay. Anybody wanna see the thing? Yeah, what are we doing?
Turnover $870.
Oh, this is plus the MAHB dues. 870 total. Install. Print. So I'm just gonna stick this with this. Okay.
So you have an amount that's being deposited also, Lori?
Yeah.
And that total is,
870.
okay?
Yeah, it's right there on the minutes.
Yep.
All right, so does this have to be signed also?
That it was reviewed
Yeah,
Yeah, just.
tonight
okay.
and dated. and signed.
Alright, and No Coast Kitchen?
Yeah, that was the one of the return
Oh.
checks,
Yeah.
so we got the new check. We got it.
Did that one go
So-
through?
I don't know, I don't know yet, but it was a mistake, they had used the wrong, they had closed a checking account.
Oh, that's right.
And so then
okay.
they,
Yeah,
so they just used the wrong checkbook.
Well, we received the check 8-1, do you know?
No,
what-
no, that was the old one, this is
Oh.
right here.
There's no date. Oh,
Yeah.
August 1st.
August 1st.
Okay, so that was a week ago. Wouldn't we know if it was?
No, cause it has to go to the treasurer, it has to be deposited and all of that,
Oh,
so,
so it takes a while.
yeah.
All right.
I don't think it's.
Do we need to do
problem.
anything with this then?
No, it's just to let you guys know that
What's
we did get,
No Coast Kitchen?
it was for the, Hubbardston
Oh.
Fair.
I got a call from my bank the other day. I give a monthly donation to Operation Smile, and they evidently changed their address. So the bank called me and said, your check didn't go through. So,
Oh,
because Operation Smile changed their address.
Oh my goodness.
So it was
That's
really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. I said, that's weird. And she said, yeah, it is weird, but it happens once in a while.
As long as it wasn't a scam.
Nope. So they just,
No.
so they
They
just
fix all
wanted
those
to let me
cleft
know they
palates
had
and
to change
stuff.
it on my automatic
It's so
billing.
sad. You watch those commercials.
No,
It's
but
so
I'm
sad.
talking about somebody calling you saying that, oh, well, we have the wrong, the wrong account number or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
they
so
do that
cut
all
us
the
another
time.
check and send it
Yes,
to this
yes,
address.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that has been
Avoid this
occurring,
one.
it's actually been on the news, to be careful of that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Awesome. More rotten people trying to get money out of everyone.
Yep.
Love
But
it.
this was GFA calling.
Okay. So it looks like that was the end of our agenda. Anybody else have anything relevant?
So, I have, found out, through discussion with my, doctor's office that, if you test positive for COVID and you don't have, availability to get a hold of a doctor in the first few days, that you can call Massachusetts Color Hotline, and they will help you out. And their hotline number is 833-273-6330. And if you want help in maybe getting Paxlovid, you can go to mass.gov, and in the search line type in telehealth, and it automatically goes to your couple choices, but you can click on COVID, and then you fill out an online questionnaire, and that is, you submit it, and you will get a call back, even on a Sunday, within 20 minutes.
Oh.
And they review your conditions and so forth and so on, to see if you qualify to get Paxlovid to treat a new case of COVID. So if you can't reach your physician, you can go to mass.gov, type in telehealth in the search line, pick the one that's for COVID, fill out the online questionnaire, and they'll call you back and see if you qualify.
That might
For
be another
example, if you're
notice to
over
put on the
65,
website.
Mm.
and you have a health condition that's, they talk you through it, and so it is available that way. And then they ask you if you are approved. If they approve you, then they ask you for your drugstore, and they call it in. And so that system is available. I'm not sure if we should be posting that or not. What do you think, Judy?
Yeah, I think go ahead, cause mostly you can just go over the community health link or whatever during the week, but on weekends, that would be a really good help.
Yes, and not everyone can reach their doctors on weekends. And so, you know, this is if you want to get, if you qualify for the Paxlovid COVID treatment, you can do it online with Massachusetts state government. They have it's all linked up, and it can work very well.
I'll
So-
let them know that we still have test kits in the office.
Yeah. Community Health Connections is open on Saturdays and Sundays now, the urgent care. So you could probably go in there
Right.
too
Yeah,
and get tested or ask for the Paxlovid. They can prescribe it.
right.
Correct.
So they're-
Right.
Fully
Yes.
operational.
Yes, yep.
Yeah,
Medical,
Yeah, right
dental,
next to
behavioral
Walmart.
health, all of it. It's all open now.
Yeah.
Which
The
one?
urgent
So
care,
that's-
right next to Walmart, to the right of Walmart.
Oh,
It's
okay.
open.
Yeah.
it's-
So
and
that's
it's open
another.
on
That's
Saturdays and
another.
Sundays,
Wow.
Yeah,
as an urgent care.
Yep.
So,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, so they could
Yeah.
probably take care of it too, and I'm sure they could test you
Correct.
if you thought you had it.
yeah, if we've got if we're coming into the fall, when we know there's gonna be a rise in the number of cases, this is good information to put out on the site.
Yeah. Yep.
We could put both of that, both the information that, you know, the Gardner site is now open, and then this is another way of, you know, seeking out treatment if you're doing your own tests, and remind people that we have free COVID tests still available. We'll make sure that they're in the library, in the town office, and the senior center. Those are our 3 locations where they're
Yeah.
typically available. You probably should and the town offices where the clerk and Board of Health is, of course, as well. So 4 locations, if they want to pick up a couple free tests to have on hand with the increase in the number of cases that seems to be starting. So we'll work on getting that up on the website by next week, okay?
So is Maven showing many new cases of COVID? No, because it's probably not getting reported to them, right? People have
Not
it.
like it was, no, because
Yeah.
you've got the self-testing
Yeah,
and.
so people are
you
just
know.
getting it. And do we know what the guidelines are at this point? Like how, have they changed at all?
No, it's still 5 days isolation,
Wow, still, huh?
yeah.
I'm surprised.
Well, you know, it's the same thing
They don't even
with,
say
you know,
that
flu or RSV or anything like that. You should stay home, you know, until.
Yeah, no one stays home 5 days with the flu. They're right back at it within a couple days. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's why we have high flu rates.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yep,
And RSV scares me more than anything,
yeah.
cause.
Oh, that's right, because Victoria had, in one of her emails to me, she
Sneaks
said
in.
that they did not have RSV vaccine available yet. So she wasn't sure they were going to get that, but definitely COVID and flu. So we probably won't be
Okay.
able to get RSV for the clinic if
They
and
may,
when we run it.
and they may put it on restriction that those are highest risk, those like
Yeah,
COPD.
I think it was saying, and over 65.
Asthma.
and- Yeah, yeah.
I visited my doctor today. I thought for sure that she mentioned about, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that, and have all those damn vaccines. So I'm just like, I'll have to think about this.
Yeah. I don't know, they say get them all at the same time, and I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah,
And
you
then you have a
can.
bad reaction, you have no way of knowing which
Then
one it
which
was,
one?
and,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like that, but
I've been
whatever.
putting together, Kathy, emailed me, and I've been putting together, flu kits
Oh, nice.
through the MRC, and we gave out 80 boxes at the National Night Out in Gardner.
Oh, great.
80 flu kits, we talked to 80 families. And I'm putting together another 80 or so for Ashburnham, Westminster, National Night Out, and Hardwick Fair. And then, Kathy said that she was gonna set up a table, at the
field day,
on field day.
yeah.
So I'll put
Right.
together anywhere between 50 and 80 for field day, and we can pass those boxes out, and that will have,
Yeah.
it will have an article in there from Good RX, on what the difference is between the three, and it has a nice comparison chart and all that stuff.
Oh, great.
So, we'll
When
pass
is
that out.
when is field day?
Yeah, what is field day? You have to talk to Joyce
That's-
Green and sign up.
Katie, it's on the calendar already, the town calendar. I wanna say it's the second Saturday in September, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's usually
Uh,
when it is, after Labor Day weekend, the
Yeah,
weekend after.
Because I'm thinking by then, we may very well know from MPHN when we're running our clinic. And they said they provide.
And if we do,
They said they
And if
provide
you
the
really-
pamphlets, like the information, so like it would say, oh, Hubbardston having a vaccine clinic on this day,
Okay.
these things. And if they give those to us, maybe we could pass them out at that table at the same time.
absolutely yes, absolutely yes. Yeah, even if the flu
Flyers,
clinic's not
flyers, that's the
until
word I'm looking
November,
for.
that's okay.
And if we get to a Saturday, I can get the MRC volunteers.
Yeah, if it's a Saturday, if they'll let us. If they insist they have to be there and they don't work on Saturdays, then we're out of luck.
Well, yeah, then,
But I floated it anyway. I said, hey, you know what? You just give us the vaccine and we'll take care of it. I don't know.
Thank you, Lori.
Maybe.
Thank you, Lori. Keep trying.
Yeah, I will. Other than, and if not, maybe we can get some vaccines from CHC and run our own like that way.
right, CHC will work with us.
Yeah, they will.
I don't see it on the
Tell
calendar.
my husband they have to.
I don't remember when it is.
You will tell us.
Yeah, 'cause I got a, when I was over at National Night Out, they stopped by our, table. And,
CHC?
yeah, and it said, hello, how are
Oh,
you?
did they have a table too?
Huh?
They
Yeah,
have a table
did.
too? Nice.
And also Mary Beth from MPHN, she came over and started introducing herself as if I'd never heard of them.
Oh.
I said, yes, I'm fully aware of who you are. So, anyway, she said they want to do some sort of community assessment, and I said, well, we just did one. So, I don't know, she's supposed to give me a call and I'll let you know next meeting what she's
Were we able to,
looking at.
were we able to get that on the website,
The what?
Board of Health website, the community
The
assessment?
community assessment?
Yeah,
I
didn't
sent
we
a
say-
digital copy,
Yeah, but I haven't gotten it up there yet.
okay.
Okay, so that's still in the works, just getting that on. I was gonna say, just tell her to look at our website. It's been done, there it is, it's on the website, have
Right.
at it.
Because I think you were gonna get me a DVD or something?
I sent you a digital copy.
Digital? Okay, all right. So, because Candace, I think, has to put that on.
Yeah, I can send you another one.
Correct.
Yes, I think Candace
Okay.
has to.
And I
Yeah,
have
the
to,
fall's coming
I have
real
some
fast,
stuff for
unfortunately. Was it like
emergency
3 weeks till they
management
start
as well,
school?
Mm-hmm.
to put on.
3.
3, I think it's 3, oh man, crazy.
Okay, we
All
done?
right, sounds good, yeah, let's see, 8:23, we're done.
Let's adjourn.
Woohoo!
Approved?
Approved.
Aye.
Aye, Cassie.
Aye.